Yes. Hey, Alamo City Movie Talk fans. My name is Ryan D. aka the Ryan 680.
And I'm Justin at Dose of Stir.
Yes, guys. Movie talk for movie fans, ladies and gentlemen, moviegoers all over the world. Are y'all ready for this? Because this is Sicario 2.
Day of Soldado.
Yeah.
It's not Soledad. A lot of people are saying Soledad, but it's Soldado.
Soldado, ladies and gentlemen, moviegoers all over the world. Be ready. Oh, man. Be ready. Be ready for some freaking violence. Alrighty, guys. So the way we're going to do it, we're going to change things up a little bit. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a regular review, guys. And then we're going to go ahead and end it with spoilers. Of course, at the very end, I will mention it. We will mention a couple spoilers and potential what ends up in the end, pretty much. Alrighty, guys. Moviegoers all over the world. Let's get this stuff going. Justin, get us started, man.
Cool. So Sicario, Sicario 2 is the sequel to the most critically acclaimed movie when it comes to dealing with the cartel currently in our days. It's following the characters played by Josh Brolin, Benicio del Toro. No Emily Blunt, of course. So basically, the whole movie is surrounded by the idea of taking on the cartel and making them fight amongst each other. The way that starts is, basically there's something that happens when it comes to terrorism. So that's what they do. That's basically what the whole movie is about. It's a completely different turn from the first Sicario.
Yes, I am gonna say this. It was the world. I will say this. I wrote this down too. I was envisioning it already in my mind that the world expands in this. And when I mean expands, I mean expands tremendously. And when sequels are not really this good. Like, they're really not this good. And I could say this for the most part, that when it comes to sequels, it's just, you get those rare occurrences where, like, they're actually good. They're almost comparison to the first one. And that's what this one does, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the world expands. The runtime, at first I was very hesitant about the runtime. I was like, okay. 2 hours and 2 minutes, I think, or something like that. Correct us if we're wrong. 2 hours, 3 minutes. It's over 2 hours for sure.
2 hours and 3 minutes. It was one. It was 1 minute longer than the first one.
Yes, there you go. Oh, okay. Well,
I thought it was a good time because there was potentially a lot more stuff that they could have done, but I felt like if they did too much, the movie was gonna drag on. I thought the movie was gonna seriously drag on towards the middle.
Really?
I thought it was.
I wasn't.
But there was maybe like 15 almost 20 minutes of like non-action parts. So.
But it had good dialogue that made sense. Yes. That actually made sense. It didn't shift, which I really did love. The story was done very well. Like for this to have like a really cartel background, I guess you could say per se. I mean, besides getting that charisma of just drug cartel, I mean, everything criminology, drama, action. I mean, all that stuff mixed together. It came out really good.
What I loved about this movie is, it touched bases on the cartel, but the main point is that it showed what else is going on in Mexico, which is of course is what's going on right now is the smuggling of immigrants. They showed that part, which I loved. And they showed the whole process and everything on how the cartel can be tied to it. They gave us an insight
into it.
What I also loved about this movie, what the first one did as well, is that they had a side story to it. Of course, the first one had the officer who he woke up every morning and his son was there and all that.
Spoiler alert!
It happened a couple years ago. That's whatever.
Okay, going into that, let's go ahead and touch base on that. Exact same thing, but different characters, of course, and it's not the cop same. It's totally different. But what I did love was that they used the same charisma. Like, it's like the director just pretty much brought the same chemistry as the first director did.
And I was very skeptical on that, man. Because I mean,
especially when you ship directors and you shipped, pretty much a director wants to change things completely around from the first one.
The first director,
Last Jedi, for instance.
The first director got a lot of praise for this movie. Of course they didn't win any awards, per se. They got a lot of nominations and everything. And when they announced that he wasn't gonna be directing this one, I was kind of skeptical on it, and I know I was reading a couple articles that the current director Stefano, that he wasn't scared to take on this movie.
Yeah, which is good though.
Which was a good thing.
Yeah.
So he basically went out there and did what he thought would be right for the movie. The whole thing.
That's great, and it came out really good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say everything that we did not expect to see in the sequel. I will say that, or in Sicario 2, or I mean, it was very wow, it was very unpredictable. I didn't think they were gonna go this like high standards, and we won't mention that. We will mention some other stuff in the spoilers, guys. First off, I want to mention Josh Brolin. Man, he was awesome. Like, man, he had this affectionness that I really did love, because we see this, and what I love about sequels is that they show the history, and between him and Alejandro, we do see that history. We see that history so much, and it unfolds it. Of course, we'll mention spoilers once again. Which is funny. Isabella is the daughter of this, that gets kidnapped.
Of Reyes.
Yeah, Isabel Reyes, but her real name's Isabel too. Yeah. Believe it or not. So Isabel, actually, she did a pretty good performance. I really didn't mind her.
She did.
Yeah, I really did.
She didn't feel like she was in the way or anything like that. Yeah. So she actually did a good.
Neutral. It felt calm, and it's smooth. It felt very smooth. It didn't feel forced whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I will mention Jeffrey. Man, his great humor was like, I loved his humor. It was just he didn't even have to say anything. Just when he was putting this in like a bag or something, it was just the way he moved, his motion of his hand, everything was. I liked it. I really did.
I love him as a character, man. I mean, or just as an actor in general, because his whole like demeanor and everything. Just even when he's from my favorite show, Burn Notice too. He's also it's the same charisma,
thing. Okay,
awesome. Like so I loved it.
Yeah, I will say this, that this movie had the perfect amount of humor, which I do love.
Which was very little.
Yeah.
So, but perfect amount, I mean, a little bit, a little,
haha. What we needed. What did you think they needed in this movie?
It was. I felt like there was some stuff that they did need. As far as when it came to Alejandro El Valencia was what they called him, the balance.
Yeah.
I felt like they needed a little bit more of his action, even though like the first story kind of closed off his whole ordeal and everything like that.
Well, not really. It just closed him off during that story. Yeah.
But I feel like they needed a little bit more of his touch into it. Yeah, like his action into there. Yeah. But I still felt like it was a damn good movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna say it just I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna take away anything. I felt like this movie was really good, and it's the best it could have been for when it comes to a sequel, right off a sequel. And I will say this, moviegoers, that this was a movie that has a lot of potential for a third one, which is rumored. And I will say this, that it has a lot of good stuff. It has a lot of good charisma. It has a lot of good acting in it, and you could tell that their hard work was put into this movie. I will say that, and it was a great flick.
Oh yeah.
Was this the film we deserved? I'm gonna say yes, because man, I didn't expect this whatsoever. Yeah. Like, your expectations this is just in general, guys. Every moviegoer is different. But with us, it was just, I felt like, going into sequels, it's, you don't have high expectations like you do going into the first one, Yeah, Ant-Man and Wasp. Well, I don't know. We'll see how that goes, right? Yeah, that's the sequel, or The Last Jedi. You never. Yeah.
I mean, I had no doubt that this movie was gonna be good.
Okay. No, yeah. See, I didn't have any doubt it was gonna be good. I just didn't know how good it was gonna be. Like, mediocre. Yeah. It was like, oh, okay, they made a second one. They wanted to make it didn't feel like they were forced to make a second one, or that they needed to make a second one. It felt necessary that they needed to make a second one.
Yeah. I mean, do I feel like it was better than the first one? No. Honestly.
Okay. Yeah.
Honestly, I love the first one, of course. But this one is not better, but just as good. Yeah. Yes.
Rate 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. I will honestly. I'm going to give it a 8.5. on that.
I'm gonna go solid 9.
Solid 9.
I'm gonna do solid 9. I really did. I really did enjoy this movie. Am I gonna see it again? Oh heck yes! I'm gonna go see this again. Yeah. Check this out, moviegoers. Would you recommend this movie? Obviously, I am gonna recommend this movie, guys.
Oh yeah.
Alamo City Movie Talk approves this movie, ladies and gentlemen, moviegoers all over the world.
But please, I know you can still watch this movie without seeing the first one, but I highly recommend you watch the first one.
Yes.
Because it explains
insight.
Yes, it explains the backstory to these characters. Like I said, you could still watch the second one and be like, okay,
yeah,
I know what's going on. I'm not gonna be lost.
So, because different story, but you don't have that same connection as you will if you see the first one. Because then you just have that backstory, like Justin already said, and you just have this already like momentum going in. And I mean, I really do. I suggest everyone to go see the first one. Alrighty, so would you buy this movie, man? I'm gonna buy it because I already did. Oh, snap! Oh, dang! All right.
Xbox has the double feature, so I bought it. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, dang! There you go, moviegoers all over the world. Alrighty, man. So we are now gonna hit up to spoilers, guys. Spoilers, real quick. We're gonna mention a couple things. So if you do not want to see the spoilers, watch our other videos, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, by the way. So remember, spoilers. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's get started, man. Okay, so we begin with the Monday thing. Okay, we begin with the freaking Josh Brolin saying Monday.
That's past everything. So I'll go ahead and start it off by saying that in comparison to the first and second movie, the first one, it was all planned. Everything went according to plan. Everything followed through on how they went. This second one loses
everything, and it actually shows us what happens when you lose control, which I did love. I did love that.
That threw me off. I was just like, man, why
isn't anything going as planned? Yeah.
We'll start off first with the beginning of the movie. So basically the way that everything starts is there's a group of terrorists, which they don't say exactly who it is, but they pretty much point the way and say that it's ISIS.
Dude,
that started
that beginning though is epic. It's
was
right off the bat,
damn, dude.
Yeah,
that was that was brutal. Dude.
It was really detailed.
But tell you what though, you know what? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's, oh my god, that lady. Why did she walk towards the guy?
I know. That was that really.
I was just like, seriously,
when the bomb goes off, it just what the heck. No, just sorry, he goes.
But it starts off pretty brutal, man. I mean, just those suicide bombing, scenes. It was just like, damn, and it was kind of funny too. It had that whole the Secretary of Defense had that whole George Bush moment on 9/11. It's like, we will find you and we will kill you. Pretty much that's how it was. Yeah. So it was some great acting too, which I'll say. And then basically that's how the whole situation gets started. They call Josh Brolin's character Matt, and of course they tell him, we need to find out what the hell happened. How did this happen?
We need you to find these people.
Same thing
as the first one.
Yeah, in a great turn, which is, I'm pretty sure it happens in real life too. How the way these people got into America, it had to do with the cartel and the way that they smuggle people. So I was like, damn, okay, that's a good insight.
What I did love though, I know what's going forward, but what I did love was Josh Brolin. He was saying, "This is how we started. You wanted Afghanistan over here." I was all like, "Dang!" I was like, "That was hilarious." Yeah, it was crazy, just his little funnies. That was awesome. Yeah. And then I did love the note that he left to when Del Toro came in. When he came in, he's all like, "Don't shoot me." He's all, "Don't shoot me."
He's like, "Don't shoot me. I'm sitting on your couch."
Yeah, I'm sitting on your couch.
Yeah, man. Oh my god, dude.
In Colombia, he went back to Colombia, so that's what we did. We do get that inside, guys. He's not floating around somewhere in the United States.
He went back home.
Yeah, he went back home to Colombia,
which was Bogota. Yes.
Yeah. Which is a pretty good though. That would make sense.
Yeah, it did, because I mean, where else was he gonna go after everything?
After everything.
But pretty much like the rest of the
just action, worthy violence, so much violence.
My favorite scene is also in the trailers as well.
Okay.
When the way that they start everything off, they release El Valencia. I'm just gonna call him that. Alejandro was like, eh. Yeah. But they release him onto to start a war within the cartels.
Yes.
Which they take out one of the head honchos, you know. And the way that he approaches him when the guy's running away and he shoots him in the legs, right?
Yeah.
And he tells him, "Put your glasses on, so you can see me."
Yeah, so you can see who I am.
And then he just like looks at him, and you see that fear in his eyes because he knows who he is.
Dang.
And then, he just rips off his mask, gets his gun, and he says "Adios," and then
yeah.
that's, oh my god, that part, I was there like, I'm getting chills right now. I love that part. When I saw it I think that was the main hook in the trailers that got people to want to see that, and god damn, it was an actual like, it was a great moment.
It was brutal. Very
it was brutal, but at the same time, just like, damn.
Yeah, and then what I did love too is that we actually get to see Alejandro not win all the time, which is good though, because you see them struggles, you see they're human just like we are, and we actually see him, just go through so much. I mean, just like we already said in our regular review, was stuff not going into plan. But we'll go ahead and hit that already. That high climax part that I really.
Before we get to that, we'll see why.
Why I did love.
I did love. Yeah, which I did love it too.
Yeah.
But the whole he gained a lot of compassion for Isabella.
Yeah.
Which
daughter.
Yes, which made the whole plan, twist around.
Yeah.
So of course, this is one of the biggest moments in the movie. He tells Isabella when they're getting smuggled that this is the lie that you're gonna tell him, that you're paying me to be your father to travel with you. And she, he basically tells her, we got to say, the same thing, which in the end, whenever they find out who he is because of that kid, which kind of made me mad. I'm just like,
that kid sees him in the,
which that was the whole tie to the side story. He basically, he recognizes him and everything, and that gets him away. And you notice, and I noticed it, he purposely told the wrong lie because he knew that Matt, Josh Brolin's character, was going to go and, damn, I gotta go rescue this girl now because he died for her. Did you fall for it? Did you fall for it? Because no,
not one bit.
Okay, yeah.
No, I noticed it too, because whenever the way he shot him, shot him, it was like, okay, I was like, wait, I was like, they're not gonna kill him off because he's rumored to. Just because we knew the facts already, that he's scheduled to come back for the third one, of course. And now let's talk about that scene. That scene was crazy. So they first go into this dirt road, and then they take him to like this pit, this massive pit, and. It's they give the gun to one of the first kids.
Yeah, which is,
and then he doesn't do it, and then he freaking shoot him like nothing, man. I'm just like, damn,
that's the cold hard
that's
truth,
crazy, man.
Happens.
And so then they give it to this new kid that recently just joined the gang, and so then he shoots Del Toro. But the thing is, though, that what a lot of people fell for was that they thought the sand was his brains.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, seriously. Dude, that's what I thought. Everybody was
no. I was all like, no, that's not his. How the hell is that his brains? And he's still able to get up. No.
No, I know.
Okay,
but yeah, like the blood and the sand mixed so well, so it looked like to it. But
it did. But that's okay. I don't mind people doing this. I don't mind people coming back from the dead as long as it makes sense. And this, he didn't really die, but this one made sense, though. I was going to get very mad if the bullet was still in him. I'll be like, oh my God, he's the bullet's in him the whole time. What is it, in his jaw or what? It's just like there, and his body's not going to go in shock for like so many hours, and then, it's just...
So if y'all want to get an actual like visual representation on how this happened to him, get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent, and that's when they...
Yeah, pretty much.
That's exactly the way. It just went through cheek to cheek. That's all it did.
Yeah, that was a crazy scene. And then I did love also, right after that scene, we get another crazy, intense scene where freaking finish them all. I spelled Thanos in there. I was like, dang. I was like, Thanos. So
just went in there.
Yeah. And then that emotion connection, whenever he was crying. Like, he felt so sad. I was like, dang. He's like, he died for this girl.
It was crazy, man. Just like Josh Brolin's character, he tells all.
He actually cared.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because they were friends, they were really good. But I thought it was all business, to be honest. But I was all like, dang,
even though even though Alejandro is one of those guys that they pay him to go do jobs and create chaos, he's worked more with Matt, you know, throughout his whole career and everything like that. You know, not being overseas in Afghanistan and all that. But yeah, so he did consider him a friend. So that did hit him. So, man, dude, when they stopped everybody and they shot everybody in the birds, and then he just went up to the truck filled with the teenagers, and he tells them "Levántate, levántate,"
and then
shoots them all. Man. I was like, damn.
Yep.
It was real brutal.
And that kid got out at the right time.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, man, that's crazy. Yeah. So we do go to the very end, guys. Let's go ahead and go straight to the end.
Yeah. So after the after everything happens and you know, Josh Brolin's character thinks he's dead.
Of course. Everyone thinks he's dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get to the scene to where it's a year later. The kid that originally shot Alejandro. Yeah, all tatted up, freaking back hair. Look, he looks different.
He
man.
He looks like
a freaking
He looks like he lives in the barrio, and he's, you know, straight out, blood in, blood out.
Yeah, for real. And he shows up there, and he shows up to the same exact place that we go at the very beginning of the movie, where he starts his first job. Yeah, where he's first his gig.
Walking in there like he owns the place.
Yeah, I know. He walks in like he owns the place, gets a fry, and then who the hell does he walk into?
Who else?
Alejandro. Man, he was bad. The whole theater was just like, whoa, like, dude.
If I was that kid, I would have pissed my pants. I would have, there was like no point in running.
Dude, like, and so then at that very moment, when Alejandro's staring at him, when Benicio's staring at him, I'm just like, at that very moment, when he's staring at him for so long, I'm just like, wait. He's not going to kill him. He would have killed him already. Yeah. He would have done it. Right when he saw his face, he would have done it. Or at least shot him in his legs and then torture him to death. But no, he saw potential in this kid. Potential, so much potential that he asks him. What does he ask him, Justin?
Do you want to become a Sicario?
Yeah.
Which kind of bothered me because he said it in his normal voice.
Sicario. Did you want to say Sicario?
I thought he would have told him in Spanish, if he wanted to. Which, by the way, there is two versions of this movie. One is for the Mexico release, of course, because they had to edit out some stuff. And, one of the things is that Benicio del Toro, he uses a lot of Spanish dialogue in there instead of doing like subtitles and everything like that. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure sounds better in Spanish. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he sounds a lot more threatening in Spanish. So I'm guessing like even that part right there probably would have like gave everybody chills. I swear that's one thing that they should have done. Yeah, made him say it in Spanish.
Now, in conclusion to this, Sicario 3 is still rumored to happen, guys. It's still happening. Take this with a grain of salt. And that if that does happen, Emily Blunt character is open to come back.
I believe it will happen. Of course, now after this movie,
we'll see how well the movie does in the box office.
Well, yeah, I expect it to
do well.
To do well because the first movie's budget was the same thing as this one. I believe it was either 30.
So let's hope it makes the same amount of money.
Yeah. So the first one made about 85 million.
See,
so
I don't have a problem with it as long as they finish the story. If they keep going on and on and on, it'll get annoying. But finish all the story, finish the tie-ins, show where Emily Blunt's been at this whole time. Show us, you don't really need to show us a backstory between, Alejandro and like that's fine. But the question is, does he really get Carlos or the main guy that actually, Carlos Reyes, or the main guy that actually killed his family?
Probably.
Which
he didn't really kill him, but he ordered him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So we should get that.
Oh yeah.
If we get a story where Alejandro's actually finishing up the people who are really responsible for his family, I could see that story going into this. Mm-hmm. And we see another incident happen again, because you know what, it sucks, but that's what evil is, and it's always gonna happen.
Yeah. So I'm expecting the same director to come back.
Okay.
It's
maybe
I'm not gonna disagree. It depends if this movie doesn't sell as much as it did the first one, which I don't doubt that it.
Yeah, it won't.
It won't. then yeah, then we're gonna have the same director.
Yeah.
I'm more than sure about it.
All right, moviegoers all over the world. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. You can know the Ryan680.
And I am Justin at Dose of Stir.
Hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. If you like our video so much, give us a thumbs up, guys. Remember, this was all review, spoilers, everything included, ladies and gentlemen. Put it down in the comments down below. Let us know what you thought of the movie, man. Maybe we missed something. Tell us we're wrong. You know, we love that. So, alrighty, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Moviegoers all over the world.